This Dark Souls 1 and 2 just so glorious, and then they just crapped it up with Bloodborne. I mean, Bloodborne was fine on its own, but like, you don't need to infect Dark Souls with Bloodborne. So annoying. I really gotta say, it's kind of enjoyable to have a playthrough, though, where you can just sort of let it out. It's garbage about I don't have to listen to a bunch of Dark Souls 2 whiners. Oh, something tracked me 5 millimeters to the side. Wah, wah, wah. Sharkman tracks me from behind in Bloodborne. Oh, that's not a problem though, because Miyazaki made it. The Cult of Personality. Yeah, I want to see if I have... I don't think I got enough. What boss weapons does he... enable? Oh, he has a... Oh, I haven't actually looked at this ever, in fact. Or if I did, I didn't pay attention. Oh, he's White Dragon Breath. Of course, you gotta bring the retread back from Dark Souls 1, but it's not really that great of a spell. It was always a spell that you sort of had to work on including. It wasn't just sort of a natural one you'd want to use. You'd have to like look for the opportunities. I remember I would use it sometime, a little bit in PvP just for fun. It wasn't like it was useful or good, but I just sort of... It was just kind of fun to bring it out because people didn't use it very often. Occasionally you could get a few enemies lined up, and even then I wouldn't say it was great. I think... Does Soul Spear not... I know Soul Spear in the later games will hit through enemies. You can hit multiple enemies with it. I can't remember for sure in Dark... It's been a while since I played Dark Souls 1. But I don't know, this wasn't really that great. And it had this incredibly high requirement, intelligence requirement too. I mean, it is a damaging spell, but it was sort of one of those spells that once you're at that point in the game, it wasn't really that useful. Like, it would have been useful earlier in the game. But once you got Crystal Soul Mass and Soul Spear, it's hard to ever want to use this. It's a bit different in Dark Souls 2 because it forced you to use... You only had a certain amount of each spell. Yeah, so what is the other consumed... Osiris? 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 I don't know how you pronounce that. Consumed Osiris, what is the... Moon... Oh, okay. So it seems to be a favorite of people's. Oh, it has a unique skill? I guess a lot of these do. Yeah, okay, it's the same thing. Doesn't really look all that translucent. Uh, 26. This all, I will say this is, tends to be a fairly, from what I remember, tends to be a fairly balanced weapon, because I think it was, if it was real OP, people would use it all the time. Although I guess people do use it a lot. But it could have been, I think it could have been even worse. It tends not to have, I don't think it's usually as extreme, it always sort of had a nice amount of users. I never really ran into too many people using it that I got sick of it. And it was always so noticeable that you always sort of knew what your deal. I think that sort of helps. It wasn't really a... It was hard to surprise people with that weapon. I'm gonna take a... Actually, I'm just gonna... Oh, so maybe I'll finish off that area. Yeah, I don't have enough for that. I really don't know what I want to do here. I guess I'll level up health again. Oh, almost. Okay, so I'll finish off that. Wait, did I get the Estus? No, I didn't.
Just good, wasn't he? Pretty be careful. I don't want to see my work.
I have to say, it almost feels like they diminished Andre a bit, putting him in this game. He was probably the best blacksmith. But I don't, he doesn't feel quite as cool anymore. His personality kind of changed too. He seems friendlier now. Or, maybe not so much friendlier, but has less of a rough edge. Softer, I guess. And when he says, what does he say again? Oh, forget it. Okay. Now, this area... Wait a second, is there... I noticed that boss would damage stuff. Does that stuff come back, or does that stuff stay gone? Because they will occasionally put things in the boss arena. Well, there was the storm, what's it called? Storm whatever. Don't look it up. With Yorm. Yorm the Storm. Okay. Man, these guys are... They're not... Oh man, these guys are just a beast. You know, I'm gonna try backstabbing. Can I get a backstab off? Yeah. 83.56. $5.19, 83.56. 456, 439, 439 I think with the backstab, and I got over 500 with the charged attack. So I'm better off doing a charged attack than a backstab. Now the reason that, I guess maybe some people think that's normal, and well, frankly, they're wrong. No, maybe some people think that's normal, but the thing that seems odd to me is a charged attack doesn't require any skill, apart from sneaking up, possibly, which you also have to do with the backstab, but you have to be way more precise with the backstab. So it just seems funny that you can do the easier thing and get more damage. But I mean, I guess it depends on the weapon. If I had like a dagger or something, I would be doing more with the backstab. Okay, so magic stone plate ring. That's a guaranteed drop from that guy. I don't like the stone. What were the names of the fire resistant? I like the names in Dark Souls 2 better of the resistance rings. Stone plate. I never really liked that name. I don't know why. For a resistance ring? Like maybe for like a strength? Increase your strength ring or something? I thought I backstabbed him. Wow, he didn't get staggered. Large titanite shards. I think there's a ton of these enemies around now, as you get to this point in the game, that drop large titanite shards, and I think most of them have a chance to drop chunks too, but I don't know all the ones. I was really surprised in the next area. There's these enemies, these like naked enemies, just real basic naked enemies with a knife, and they just take one hit to kill. And I was killing them one hit with a soul arrow. Anyway, I think a lot of weapons will just one hit kill them, and one of them dropped a chunk. I was surprised that one of those measly little guys, it was just like a stronger, like, basic hollow, really. But he dropped a chunk. I found that quite surprising. Okay, now, what are my rings that I'm wearing? Okay, I got the... Man, that's another thing I hate is, they took away the small white sign soapstone? Like, what? Why take that away? Like, that makes to me that makes absolutely no sense. You just took away a useful item for zero reason. And then, like, these Dark Souls 2 whiners will complain, well, why do you need it? It doesn't matter. I had fun with it. Other people had fun with it. That's all that's needed. You don't need a major explanation. Game was funner with it. That is all the explanation you need. But there's never enough for the Dark Souls 2 haters. They're just like... It blows my mind how people are so focused on hating it. Like, why not focus on the, on the games you like more? Like, especially now that other games are released. Like, I could somewhat understand while Dark Souls 2 was the main game, like it was the latest release, and it was sort of like the main game of the community, and all that, sort of like bringing up complaints a lot. But once, like these people get their Bloodborne, they love it. Well, why don't you just talk about how great that is, and how much you love that, or focus on that? What, like this? It's incredible.